Alright, now that's a very weird trade recap. Now, I didn't took the full trade because, yeah, it's Asia session. And typically I sleep, but I just couldn't sleep. So, I was kind of, hanging around and waiting until, we're getting closer to the London kill zone, but whatever. I saw a setup because I recently learned some things and I felt like, okay, I kind of need to, double check certain things, strategies and stuff like that I've learned. And also additionally new things. And yeah, now I actually took a small part of that, like a quick scalp with a very small lot size. So we are here AUD USD, Aussie against US. And oh wait, I have to hold the camera right. So we see on the 4 hours it was going down, and yeah, at this point it was going up again. Kept going to the downside. If I'm not wrong, this is a breaker block, so the line's relatively well. But anyways, it's going down, but we don't see this much. What we see are here, prominent levels. So let's go down to the 1 hour. We see here swing low. We had here change of character, and now what we want to see is a continuation. And actually, it dropped pretty aggressively. I mean, also the candle closure, like that's pretty clean, not as choppy as different ones. Here gets very choppy, but here we have like more a clean trajectory. So now we know, okay, wait, here a very clean break of structure, sorry, change of character. So we are more likely to look at the 5 minutes for point of interest and confirmation. All right, what we get here, I was actually using the Fibonacci levels. We get here small distribution. So I took it from this swing point and this swing point. And then, I was kind of using the Fibonacci levels, and right there we see exactly in the middle of this PD array, there's a fair value gap, and, the very optimal entries would be the levels above, in the premium level. And so far as I have learned today, and I started the previous day, this is like OTE. So this would be like a very good level, like, OTE or OTZ, whatever it's called. But yeah, it happened to actually get to the middle of this PD array, and this is where I would put my entry, because for me personally, it's a bit more risky, to be honest. But yeah, then I would just put my stop loss at the top of the, close to the end of the order block. And yeah, now we can see it perfectly was going to this middle level for value gap, and then boom, it was going to the downside, and then retrace again, how it typically is, like retracement, continuation, etc. And I was getting to the next to another fair value gap. Now here was the risk that it might reverse, at least on the low time frame, because then we got here another fair value gap by this aggressive push, but as you can see, it got disrespected, and now it's pretty much hitting TP, like one of the prominent swing lows on the 4 hours I have drawn. And yeah, also one more thing I've learned, or not particularly what I've learned, but I have kind of observed is to wait actually for confirmation in the 5 minutes, because otherwise, if you don't have like a clean confirmation, especially when it's like if your markets are like a bit double biased at this point, then just really wait, because if it's like a bit more not that delicate and not very high probability, then you're more like in a danger zone, and this is typically where you get stopped out. So yeah, I think this is a point where I kind of failed in the past, because I was kind of getting way too impatient. But now I start to believe I kind of get that the idea, the point, to generally wait for confirmation on all time frame, even if you have like a bullish bias, not to be so much fixated, because it still might reverse, like it happened yesterday on the Nasdaq and the S&P on the 1 hour. So yeah, always be aware. Look at the signs, and always high probability confirmation on the high time frame, confirmation on the low time frame, and the low time frame doesn't have like confirmation, which makes sense, and you're like trying to force to see something, then you're doing yourself not really much a favor. So yeah, that being said, cheers.